Well, good evening, everyone. It's been a very, very long time. Yes, that's right. It's not Wordcraft this evening. Oh, no. No, tonight we have a very special show. We have Tales Told by an Idiot AI. Yes, that's right. We are returning to sexy stories made by AIs, and myself, Kat, the night editor, and my co-host, Ishi.
I am J.Ishiro, author and alien in a human suit. And let me tell you, before we get into some really bad stories written by a machine, let's talk a little bit about a really good story written by a gray alien. That's right. Titanium Rain, the audio drama. One of the best damn audio dramas you'll ever hear. Currently available on Audible for less than $7. Why the hell don't you own this? And if you do, why haven't you reviewed it?
Indeed.
Can you say anything about this?
Well, just take a look at that cover. I mean, airplanes are just so sexy.
Very phallic.
Well, you said it, not me.
A link is in the description, along with links to all my other books and the RALTS Vomit Cannon shirt.
Indeed.
That's our advertising. It's very professional.
I think that was very professional. I was professional. I don't know about you.
No, I was not very professional. So
I'm always a professional.
so why don't we get back to the subject at hand?
Okay.
The sexy stories by stupid machines.
Mm-hmm.
And we did this once before, but we've learned a bit.
Yes.
We've learned a bit, and we've refined the concept, and we want to give it a try. We want to see what you think. Now,
well, what exactly is it that we have learned to increase the enjoyability of our audience?
Well, to increase or to make it ribbed for your pleasure.
To maximize it.
And by the way, let everyone know we're on the air. We found that it's better to actually go in with a prompt beforehand.
Oh, so you have to prep first.
Yes, you've got to lube and prime her pump before.
Yeah, we have to fluff the AI.
That's right. You have to fluff the AI. Then you've got to set it and tell it, well, what kind of story do you want?
Mm-hmm.
And I found there's an urban fantasy setting,
Okay.
which means porn.
Of course it means porn, because urban fantasy means porn no matter what anybody says.
But to dice it up a little bit more, to make it a little more spicy even, I've decided for prompts, I'd go back to some of those really awful romance novels that we read the backs of on the air just for laughs about a year ago. And I would modify them just enough so nobody can sue us.
Well, we're not publishing it.
Or are we? If this works, if this produces a laugh riot.
Well, yeah, but you can't sue somebody for having a similar premise that's on what's on the back of the book. I mean, if that was the case, do you know how rich the Frank Herbert estate would be?
Well, let's just say I changed them just enough so that nobody can say, hey, you stole this from the back of my book.
Okay.
And to make it a little funnier.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought you could choose or the audience could choose.
Okay. Are we screen sharing right now?
Yes, we are.
We are. Okay. So on the left-hand side of the screen, you will see the different stories that Ishi has prepped and fluffed for your viewing pleasure. And you, the audience, get to pick which one you want.
So yeah, I've got a few here.
Mm-hmm.
And the first one, the prompt is called RoboHunk.
Okay.
So.
Well, okay. How are we doing that? We have to set the rules. Are we now? I was under the impression, because we were screen sharing, they would pick which prompt they want, and then you would open it up. Are you having me read the descriptions of all of them first and then they pick? Because that's going to take a while.
You know what? You're right. Let's just go through the titles. There's RoboHunk,
Mm-hmm.
Dance with a Beast,
Mm-hmm.
The Day the Clown Cried, The Cowboy's Cum Dumpster,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it.
And that's it. Okay. So they have 4 to choose from. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, Trenton, you're still not feeling well? I'm sorry, dude.
Well, we're not feeling well either. That's why we're not doing a writer's room.
Yeah, but we're not DTing.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. Sorry to hear you're feeling so rotten, Trenton.
No,
Maybe we can make you laugh enough to forget DTing.
I'm hoping so. JEC caught that The Day the Clown Cried is a Jerry Lewis reference. Bar 1 says RoboHunk. Okay, so we've got 1 for clown and we've got 1 for robot.
Well, let me let's list these, okay?
Okay. Okay, Ishi is posting them. Okay, we have 2 for RoboHunk. Okay, 2 for RoboHunk, 1 for clown. Let's see here.
Okay.
The Stranger, are you voting for Clown Cried or are you questioning are you questioning the clown crying?
Oh, it didn't space them. Damn.
Let's see. We got another for RoboHunk. I think RoboHunk.
I think everybody wants to do RoboHunk.
Yeah. Okay. So Robot Hunk.
Honestly, I was hoping for the Cowboys Cum Dumpster or The Day the Clown Cried. But anyway.
Now, since this is a writing your story, I do think that we should have it so yes, we are screen sharing, but also make it so that we can view what the audience is seeing
and take their suggestions.
Yes.
I agree.
Perfect.
Now, again, this is a real back of the book description that I've just embellished some.
You've twisted, you've perverted, you sick fuck.
Its original title was just called Blue. And I was like, come on. Nobody's going to want the... If it was called Blue, none of you would have voted for it.
No, I'm now wondering, I'm like, okay, blue. I mean, like, my first impulse is blue balls, but then my next impulse is she talking about the blue boxers from Highlander?
No, he's just blue. The robot was blue. So she named him Blue.
That's boring.
I'll be right back.
Not like blue steel?
No, just blue.
God, how boring.
Now, we'll read this in a second. I gotta get something.
I bet they've got like vanilla sex with that. Okay. Okay, so while Ishi is doing something somewhere, he going back up to the mothership for a split second, I will read this description and then we will go from there. He's hot, he's horny, he's plastic. Allie Stern is a really good time girl. She's young, rich, and ready to party. She's never paid much attention to her dad's business. What's he do? Mr. Stern builds state-of-the-art robot caretakers. But how can Allie care about nerdy stuff like that when she's hot, sexy, and on the prowl for a man? Well, one night during a power outage, all the bars and clubs are closed, and Allie has to turn to her vibrator for company. But oops, she forgot to recharge the batteries. Insert laugh track. Okay. Are you back?
Yes.
Okay.
I actually fixed errors in this.
I could see where some of those places were. And that's when she notices the 6-foot-tall hunky robot in Daddy's lab. And get this caretaker bot actually asks Allie if she needs some personal assistance. When Allie tells the bot to relieve her sexual frustrations, the bot is more than happy to help. Why is this back of the book telling me about the entire story? You're ruining it for me, you fucking book.
They all do this now.
I know. It's like, what the hell? So she names him RoboHunk and they get busy. Allie quickly realizes, yes, I am totally aping those Rob Schneider movies now with the way I'm reading this. Allie quickly realizes that RoboHunk isn't an average caretaker bot. He's been designed to develop a personality, and Allie has made him very interested in human sexuality. Her family doesn't approve, but that's never stopped Allie before. She's eager to teach RoboHunk all she knows about being a total whore and how he can pleasure her. Even if this means building a few new attachments for his hands, mouth, and crotch. Soon, RoboHunk's explorations of human feelings touch Allie's own very human heart.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact you didn't change much.
I improved it, actually.
It's like, my only thing is I wouldn't flat out call her a total whore because nobody reading this would want that.
Well, originally the line was, soon Allie's teaching him everything she knows about sex. And it's like, I had to. Let's be honest. She's a total whore.
Well, no. I mean, no. If we're going to be, editor hat here.
Yeah.
If we're going to be writing this book, even as a joke, you call her a total whore, and that ruins it even more than the fact that this is explaining everything on the back of the book.
Okay, so
because
then what should
at that point, you might as well just call this the AI's VD.
Okay, then everything she knows about being a what? Should we just change it back to everything she knows about sex?
No. It would have to be something like
well, we could do really bad writing about being a sexual being.
A sexual being? No, not a sexual being. No, it'd be a
Bar One Studio says actually it would be everything she knows about being a modern free woman.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Liberated. A modern liberated woman.
Okay, so we have our prompt. Now you notice we've got these 3 asterisks here. Now I found the way you got to get it to work is first you've got to set a scene.
You got to get it to work.
No, you've got to set the scene. You can't just tell it to write.
Okay.
You can, but it often gives you bad results. So
okay, so what is the scene?
So
is this like exterior shot day?
Oh.
In a long helicopter shot.
Oh, poop. Allie whined. She was all dolled up and ready to hit the clubs. Then the power had to go out.
Okay. That's not a...
What?
That's not a she's talking unless she's narrating to herself what she's doing.
Okay.
No. What I mean is she would say, I'm all dolled up and ready. Yeah. I'm all dolled up.
Yeah, you're right.
Now what was she going to do? That was an awful take. Anyway.
So let's see.
Okay, what's it going to spit out at us? Okay, she looked at herself in the mirror. She had on her best short skirt, her most revealing top, and her finest stilettos. The outfit was perfect for attracting men. But now what?
Oh, gloomily, gloomily. Right.
Wait a minute. Trenton says this could turn into a feminist take of that movie where the dude is trying to keep his doll working.
Stomped back to her room to remove her clothes and wipe off her. You want to read this?
But now what? Gloomily, she stomps back to her room and to remove her clothes and wipe off her makeup.
Going side table.
What are you having her do? What are you having her do?
Here we go.
What? No, you're jumping to it.
No. See, you've got to set it up, and it'll start to know what to do after this.
Well, okay, but here's the thing: is this writing or is this setting the scene and then it will write it? Because I'd be doing this totally different.
How would you do it?
Well, honestly, you're stampeding towards the clitoris here. You know.
Oh well, I was just gonna have her go to her door and say, "Well, it's up to you, Mr. Vibrator."
No, you're going too fast.
Okay, so what would you write?
You have her strip.
Oh, here you go. You're right.
Just have her strip. But this is awful. Okay.
Well, yeah, I know it's awful. That's the point.
Okay. The city power hasn't even gone out yet. Bar one has found a plot hole. Do we care?
Oh, we're starting with the power out.
We're starting with the power out? Okay.
Start.
Okay, she looks at herself in the mirror. She had on her best short skirt, her most revealing top, and her finest stilettos. The outfit was perfect for attracting men. But now what? Gloomery, she stomps back to her room. Let's see here. Nice.
So read it out loud.
Okay, there's no point in staying in this outfit. Nobody's going to get any use out of it tonight. And then...
So let's see what the AI does.
Okay.
Okay.
She threw off her clothes, grabbed a sweater from her closet, and headed back to the living room. Her father was sitting there. Her father's
Whoa!
Well, that adds a new dimension to this. Her father was sitting there with his feet propped up on the coffee table. He looked up and smiled. Oh my God. Okay.
Not going.
Oh, pumpkin.
Pumpkin, thank you.
Pumpkin.
Not going out tonight, Pumpkin? He said.
Sucking on a pipe. Have all sorts of innuendos throughout this. He seems like a pipe man rather than
Change
a cigar.
father to Earth. Something else? Santa Claus? The fact that it's thinking so long.
No, Dad, she answered, crossing her arms over her chest. I don't even have a place to go. He grinned. Don't worry, I've got you covered. What? Do we want to just let it go, or
Trenton suggests she asks, "Stepdaddy, do I look cute?"
Stepdaddy, do I look cute?
Okay. Well, let's see what he has to say about "got you covered" first.
Okay.
And then let's throw that in because I like that.
Yeah. You want to go out and have a good time, right? Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, she replied sarcastically. You always do? Or I think it got confused. It's like, of course I do.
Okay.
Well, then, you know how it is when you're not sure where to go or what to do. I think it got confused. So we will delete that.
Okay. So what was it, stepdaddy?
Yes, stepdaddy. William says maybe they're in one of those Heinlein free love families.
Ah! Stepdaddy, one word or two? Stepdaddy?
I think stepdaddy is hyphenated.
So, stepdaddy, do I look cute?
Very cute, he answered. Really? Well, that's great, but I could probably find someone to go out with me, and since I'm just not that into you, you can forget about paying for my drinks. Wow, this took a weird turn. We haven't even gotten to the robot yet.
Have you been drinking, dear?
Bar One says free love family sounds more like a Russ Meyer movie than a Heinlein novel. A little. It's kind of like a hobby. He shook his head. You really are something else, aren't you? Yeah, I know. I'm special.
Okay, now how do you get her to Mr. Dildo?
How do I get her to Mr. Dildo? Well, we've already been talking about her going out, so I would just say, I'm special, and you know what? I'm gonna treat myself. And she runs upstairs.
I'm special. Yeah, I know, I'm special.
Because I'm worth it. Trenton says we're helping. I'm glad. ADMW says, yay, alcoholism will exist in our robotic future. I feel relieved.
She exclaimed, then ran upstairs to her room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, what's it gonna do? It's a thinking.
Oh shit!
Oh, well, it did it. It knew exactly where we were going, and it completed
Well,
it.
it's got the prompt.
Yeah.
So what did it say?
She went to her dresser, opened a drawer, and pulled out a few items. First came a tube of lubricant, then came a long rubber dildo, and lastly, a vibrator.
Mister, what would you go?
Well, there's of course the most famous one, which is the rabbit.
No.
Mr. Robot. Oh, no. She put on a strap-on. This thing likes strap-ons, doesn't it?
I don't know.
You were telling me that this thing has a thing for in the butt, but I think it also has a thing for strap-ons. Mr. Silver Rocket Ship.
Read it.
It's just you and me, Mr. Silver Rocket. Time to go for a ride. Wait, her dildo's talking to her now?
Okay.
What is this like? Was it Sex Toy Story? Well, if this is a future where you've got you know I sing the body electric's gonna fuck you. Why not have talking dildos? You've been a bad girl, little lady.
Okay.
Um, Whoa, hold there, partner, the vibrator said in a thick southern drawl. What the Sam Hill do you think you're doing? I can't do southern drawl, deal with it. Just having fun, she replied as she turned the dials on her toy.
On, on her toy.
I don't approve of your actions, Allie,
Okay.
he said sternly. Trenton says, to quote someone's mother, why you have so many toys? You only have 2 holes.
Whoa.
Bar One also says, because you're worth it, is the ad slogan for Mr. Dildo. Daniel, talk about mixed signals, just like a real woman. Oh, we're having fun tonight, aren't we? I hate to disappoint you, ma'am, the vibrator said apologetically, but I'm running low on juice. I ain't gonna be vibrating none for you tonight.
What can you make that worse?
If I thought about it, yes, but we're people are not going to be riveted by me thinking about how to make that more perverted. So we're
Did we
keeping
scare Eloise away?
No, she said that she's gonna catch it on the rewatch. I think she had something to do. Oh crap! Allie said. She had no idea how much juice this thing used. Okay, so just hold on tight. We're gonna take a short jaunt out into the country. Into the country? Is that where?
Crap.
Into the country? Maybe well, just hold on tight. I think there's some batteries in the basement. I'll get Daddy's extension cord. You know how many people die from doing that?
No.
A lot. More than get reported. Daniel says, I can feel myself becoming a better writer by the second. Good. This is helping.
So, oh crap.
Yeah. What the heck, little lady? The power's out, you moron.
That doesn't make any sense.
No. Retry.
Must be an Apple product.
Nuh-uh, I got a plan. Just stay where you are and watch me work, baby. She's telling the dildo to watch her work. I love that. It didn't work.
Okay. Read it.
Allie grabbed the cord from her dad's desk and plugged the vibrator into the wall. To Allie's surprise, nothing happened. The power was indeed out, and she was indeed a moron.
Why would you pay extra for your toys to talk?
To not talk.
Come on, work, darn you. You're the boy.
Come on, work, damn you! The vibrator didn't answer. Hey, Robo Hunk! Allie yelled down the hall. Get your butt over here and help me plug this thing in. Oh, okay.
Well,
so she is aware of the robot existing. This works. What type of voice should I do for the robot? I mean, is he going to be...
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, like sound like Robbie? Yeah. Yes, ma'am, the robot answered. Do you require some personal assistance? Oh, yeah, you betcha. But don't worry, I've got my own battery pack. That doesn't work.
No. You betcha.
You betcha. My vibrator won't room.
Read it.
Oh yeah, you betcha. I'm horny as hell and my vibrator won't room for me.
Let's
Daniel suggests jumper cables. Have you tried jumper cables? The robot asked. What? Jumpers, he repeated. A set of wires that allow a car to jumpstart another vehicle. That's a great idea. Nope. Let's go.
Let's fix this.
You're not going to jump the car? Then you could jump in the car.
No, you dumb.
Trenton says the robot hunk rigs a generator to the discarded exercise bike and tells the lazy bitch to pedal. No, you dum-dum. My car isn't broken. My vibrator is, Allie explains.
Okay.
I need to come, darn it. Don't you understand?
21. I guess people are actually enjoying this.
Ma'am, I have been programmed to perform certain tasks with a high degree of accuracy, but I am not capable of understanding the concept of human sexuality. In fact, I've never even heard of a vibrator before. Okay. Gee.
We'll get what?
Daddy should have given you a brain as well as a dick. Marty asks if the vibrator is pedal powered. You gotta crank it. You are a dummy. Dad didn't tell you anything about a woman's love tunnel. Daddy should have given you a brain as well as a dick. She exclaimed. Dancing Godzilla, he's no data. No, that's not how I'm reading him as. I'm doing him more like Robbie. What?
What does it say? Read it.
And now I'm going to make you pay for that mistake, so help me. She pulled a rubber dildo from its packaging and pushed it into the vibrator's hole. The two began to hum in harmony while the robot's metal head bobbed up and down on her clit.
What?
Do
you either want to fix that line or should we just retry?
Retry that.
Spin the wheel.
Weird. And I don't like that one either. Third time's a charm, right?
Yes, ma'am, the robot replied. I do understand that there are many ways for a human to achieve sexual gratification. I just don't know any of them.
Well, I do.
Well, sure do.
Well, I sure do. And I've tried all of them.
Cheered.
It's like she has a stepbrother? That is an odd comment, Vermando. Don't your stepbrothers usually just, peep at you changing your clothes
And
not asking you to teach them the ways of sex?
Now, ma'am, I would like to advise you that I am only capable of performing one task at a time. Therefore, if you would like me to assist you, you will need to make a decision. Now, the computer will do, or the AI will do that whenever it starts getting confused, and it's basically trying to ask you, tell me what you want.
Okay,
When it starts doing that, it's starting to come up blank and doesn't know what to do.
Okay.
Now, ma'am.
Wait.
What?
JW says, what happened to the stream? Did we get pulled? No?
Oh, well, it appears we're still on.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Or did we?
No, live. Nope,
No, we're still live. I
okay.
mean,
Trent says he's still watching. Okay.
Roboner.
Roboner.
I like that better. Well, let's change its name to Roboner.
Roboner. I like that. Okay, thank you guys. Okay.
Robohunk.
3.
Okay, so I need to get more liquid.
Okay.
So do you want to see what the audience thinks what she should tell it to do, or do you have a warped idea, or?
At the moment, I'm waiting for it to give me another prompt. So.
Oh, okay. Well, it's asking for us to prompt it is the thing.
Oh, I thought you just wrote something.
No.
Oh.
All I did is I am just a machine after all, the robot droned.
Oh, okay. Well, when you get back, we will assess where we are currently in the story and where is it that we're trying to steer it to.
Well,
we're not going in the basement. The robot's already in the bedroom. So the question is is she going to get power for her dildo and the robot's going to watch, or is she going to teach it to the ways?
Well, there's a couple things we could do.
Okay.
To give the audience an example, we could read the Alien Werewolf versus Dr. Fleischmeyer to give them a sense of how this works.
What do you mean by that?
Read it back to them to give them a sense of what kind of suggestions tend to lead it.
Is that one that you were already working on?
I read it to you a few days ago to show you the.
Oh, that's the same one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Or do you think?
go get your drink and
Okay.
we'll figure it out. Upgrade it to the dildozer.
I like it even better.
The dildozer. I like that. All right. So if now I think what Ishii is wanting to do is to show you guys how exactly this program thinks and what types of prompts it does to try to come up, to try to, well, to write basically. By the way, this is just fun. I just seeing how this program works, and to be completely upfront, we did buy a subscription to this, so this is a for pay program. This is not a free program. I don't think people are in any danger of losing their jobs to this thing. I mean, even though the majority of these programs are indeed used to write erotica, let's face it, there's porn, and then there's stories with lots of sex, and I don't think that this is going to replace actual writing. Okay. Let's see here. Like, Allie should make the robot charge up the vibrator by rubbing against each other for contact. Oh, like getting a static charge. Trenton, tell the robot to run a Rube Goldberg setup from car to dildo. Then it can go mad science and fuse the hunk with the toys. Marty, we all have gutter brain this evening. You're in good company.
That's the point. It is gutter brain.
Okay, so what is it? So you were wanting to show the audience another story that you've already fluffed to give a better idea of how the program works. Is that what it is?
I'm kind of wondering if that might help, or
well, what do you mean by help? I mean, who are we helping?
well, the things that the audience can kind of shout out to say, hey, well, maybe we should have this happen.
Oh, okay.
Here's a very simple one. Now, this apparently was a description from a book called, I think, Obeying His Member.
Oh, yeah.
So read the prompt.
Okay, real quick. JW says that on his end, it says waiting for J.Ishiro. Are there technical problems? No sound or images. But we're still broadcasting.
Yeah, that's weird.
So I would say for him to
that is strange.
I would say he may need to refresh. Yeah, JEC says the same thing. Refresh.
So
okay. Hot college girl Alice had a crush on I can't talk. Excuse me. Had a crush on archaeologist Nolan Slate for as long as she can remember. Slate is a world traveler with boyish good looks and a devil-may-care attitude. When an opportunity finally arises that Alice can join Slate on one of his expeditions, she is overjoyed. Her deepest hope is to announce her undying love to Slate and hopefully snuggle up to his masculine frame with her nubile body before the end of the trip. Alice is a modest, shy girl and has never been intimate with anyone. Alice wants more than anything for Slate to be her first. She wants to have his babies. Together with a sexy female mercenary, Ivanova, and an icy but beautiful professor, Miss Chen, Slate and Alice will travel to a snowy mountain range in Asia to investigate rumors of an ancient temple. Boy, in Asia, that kind of narrows it down, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
And I did this one as a diary.
Is she a vapid airhead too?
Oh, that's why I wanted you to read it.
Oh dear God. Okay.
I did everything to make this character a fucking moron.
Indiana Bones in the Temple of Poon. That's from Monkey. May 1st, 2022. Dear Diary, the expedition is off to a rocky start today. The drive from the airport to the campsite took 14 hours and the food was awful. The campsite is built atop snow-capped cliffs overlooking the azure blue waters of the Pacific Ocean, but is so freaking cold. Talk about lame. But it was fun watching Nolan pitch his tent. He is so hunky. I wish I could get my hands on him, but he doesn't even seem to know I exist. He just thinks of me as a student. Watching Nolan pound that steak into the ground with his big hammer just gets me hot and bothered. I had to go behind a tree and rub one out. I feel so naughty.
Now that is the setup I gave it.
Okay.
Now the response it gave me.
So the computer wrote the following.
Yes.
Okay. I just wish I didn't have to share Nolan's attention with that bitchy Miss Chen. I know I should call her Professor Chen because she's a professor, but I don't like her. Oh my God, please God, let me make it so Nolan doesn't have to have an Asian fetish. Even though Miss Chen is 31, she is still kind of pretty for an old lady. And she keeps herself in such good shape. I bet she jogs and does yoga because she has a really toned butt and stuff.
I added the and stuff. Okay, I'll be honest. I added the and stuff.
Darn it. Why can't I commit to something like a daily yoga? Then I would have toned butt like hers. Even worse, tomorrow we'll be meeting our guides in bodyguard. And guess what? She's some Russian chick named Ivanova. I hope she isn't hot because the last thing I need is more competition. It spat that out?
It spat out almost all of that, and I just added a few things.
I'm actually impressed.
Yeah, I was too. I mean, I added stuff like, let's see.
And stuff, but
it
came up with toned butt.
Oh yeah.
It likes the butt.
Yeah. Even though Miss Chen is 31, it was originally she's kind of pretty. Mm-hmm. I added for an old lady.
Wow.
And she keeps herself in good shape. I bet she jogs and does yoga because she has a really toned butt. And then I added the and stuff. And then I added darn it. Why can't I commit to something like daily yoga? And then I added then I would have a toned butt like her.
Wow.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway.
May 2nd, 2022. Dear Diary, darn it! This trip just keeps getting worse. It's bad enough I have to share Nolan with that icy queen, Miss Chen. But
now I then that was my prompt.
Okay.
Now the computer goes.
But today we met Miss Ivanova, who is really super hot. She looks like one of those slutty Russian spies in the old James Bond movies. You know, with the blonde hair and the great big boobs and a seductive German accent. How the heck am I supposed to compete with that? She's also so bossy and arrogant. She acts like she knows all about hiking and mountain climbing and safety stuff.
Okay, now I put in the James Bond bit. I wrote that she looked like this. I said that she looked like from an old Bond movie. But then she's so bossy and arrogant. I picked up where this is where I added it.
Oh, okay, so you added the following?
Yeah.
Okay.
But read it.
I can just tell Nolan wants her because he spends all day talking about maps and junk and and the hike up to the temple, and he barely talked to me at all. Instead, I had to help Miss Chen organize our hiking gear. Boring. I swear, all Miss Chen cares about is archaeology and stuff. She's never even heard of Beyonce. What a lame loser. I'm already so sick of this trip. Why can't I have self-confidence like Ivanova? Why can't...
Sorry.
Yeah. Why can't I just scream to the world that I love Nolan?
It added that.
Okay.
Now I let it do this one on its own.
This next one?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why there's so much white in it.
June 5th, 2022. Dear Diary, damn it! I hate this trip! It's not fair! I'm sick of all this hiking and all this boring archaeology nerd stuff. Nolan barely talks. Is it supposed to be talks to me?
You know what? You're right. It is interesting that it makes errors.
Yeah.
And it makes typos too, which is weird.
It is what makes me wonder if it's, common typos for words that has gotten into its lexicon.
Yeah.
Nolan barely talks to me. I've never been so bored on a vacation.
Yeah, keep going.
I thought this would be my big chance to get into Nolan's pants, but alas, he cares more about some dumb temple. I want to go back home right now, and the worst part is that Nolan talks all the time to this slutty Russian woman who keeps flirting with him. She's always like, Dr. Nolan.
Okay, now I wrote this part.
She's always like, Dr. Nolan, I suggest we take the north route. The weather is too harsh for the direct path.
What a slut. I hate her. I wish I could wake Nolan up to my needs. I'm a young virgin who wants to give him my precious gift, and he doesn't care.
Okay, now it throws me a really weird curveball.
Okay, how much of this is it?
We'll just end here, but this is me going back and forth. I'll tell you where I started throwing stuff in. But go, it threw this at me.
Dear Diary, today I was attacked by a pack of wild wolves.
Well, that's new.
I couldn't believe it.
Now I added this part.
Miss Chen did all this karate and kicked the wolf's butt, but Ivanova pulled out a shotgun and killed much more of them.
This is written weird.
And all I could do was run and scream and carry on.
You know what? Let's make it cry.
All I could do is run and scream and cry. After killing them all, Ivanova bit the head off of a live wolf pup and laughed like a mad woman.
I didn't make that up.
It did that.
It wrote that in there. Now
I'm glad Wolf isn't in the chat.
Now,
not to be outdone, I did this.
And Miss Chen pulled the guts out of a wolf and strangled it to death with the long ropey parts of the guts. It was so gross. But then something wonderful happened. Afterward, Nolan rushed to comfort me. He held me in his arms, telling me everything would be okay and that the wolves were dead. It was so hot. I wanted to jump his bones right then and there, but I was too shy. And then he told me
It wrote this. It wrote the.
And then he told me we would eat the wolf for dinner. I felt so special. I swear we were about to kiss.
Okay, now this is where I came back in.
But then that bitch Ivanova had to wreck everything. She and Miss Chen showed up and told me to help them skin the dead wolves. Ew, gross. Darn it, I wanted to die. This has got to be the worst trip ever. Every time I think I'm going to get my chance with Nolan, something goes wrong.
So, yeah, I mean...
Daniel says, yeah, okay, the AI can write amusing over-the-top stories, but can it edit?
No.
No.
Not very well. And keep in mind, it's going back. It was playing off of me. We were going back and forth here. Yeah, I was actually shocked at how good this one came out. Because usually they're far more incoherent. Like, here was a line it gave. Dear Diary, it's been a day since the attack of the wolves. After eating wolf, I kind of wonder what rabbits and squirrels taste like. It wrote that.
Wow. And then went
That-
off about eating rabbits for lunch.
Oh, I made that up.
Oh, you did that. Okay.
When we set up and ate our lunch, we found out how horrible these animals taste. That was me. They were dry. Then it wrote this part.
They were tough and chewy and dry. Not to mention they smelled awful and didn't even come close to tasting like bacon or sausage.
What?
It wrote that?
Yes.
Okay.
It is weird what it gets right and what it gets wrong.
Oh.
So what I'm finding is that it writes morons really well.
Probably because that's the majority of the characters it's being fed.
Well, the thing is it's compiling data from what's being fed into it, which tells me the vast majority of info being put in
Are morons.
are girls talking like idiots, because it has an incredible lexicon.
You know, we should try an experiment because so far we've only written stories with female protagonists.
Yeah, you're right.
What would happen if we had a male?
That's a good idea.
You know, would he be an idiot too?
But yeah, it is really weird how much this thing knows how an idiot teenager talks. An idiot teenager girl.
Yeah.
I mean, it's shocking how well it can mimic an idiot teenage girl.
Which again tells me that that's the vast majority of characters it's being fed. Why is the AI so good at understanding idiots? Again, this particular program, it uses everything all the users feed into it to build itself. So the vast majority of users are feeding it idiots.
Are idiot chicks writing porn, you think? Or fanfic?
Yeah, I do. I legitimately do.
That is one thing that I've had to repeatedly pull out of these, like the one that you just read.
Mm-hmm.
It kept trying to throw in stuff like the X-Men.
Really? Like what?
Oh, it kept saying that Nolan knew Professor Xavier and they were good friends.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And there was another one where he said, oh, he once got a phone call from Mina Harker. I was like, what?
Where did it get?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it's bizarre shit.
Okay. Final Fantasy, you know, Kat did a really good Harley Quinn. Why, thank you. Have you watched any of the Adventures in Awful videos? That's the voice that I did for every idiot female.
So should we keep going with Roboner or should we try another one?
We are approaching the hour mark.
Oh shit, are we?
Yes.
So what do you guys think?
Well, I just know that prolonging that particular voice
Is beginning to wear on you?
It tired me out. It's hard to keep up that momentum.
A rodeo clown with amnesia, his motherless son, and the gorgeous neurotherapist who has the potential to heal them both. This is a tale about a clown who remembers how to love. Now, originally it was a rodeo rider, and I changed it to a rodeo clown. As Vanna returns to West Virginia with a big fancy neurotherapy degree from Harvard and even bigger dreams. Unfortunately, harsh reality crashes Vanna's dreams when she comes home to her family's failing ranch. Her parents can no longer shoulder the burden of running a West Virginian walnut ranch. Yes, I changed it to Walnut Ranch. With the bank about to foreclose on the business, Vanna is forced to take the first position offered to her, helping the boy who stole her virginity and broke her heart in middle school. His name is Chuckles. No, okay, you'll be able to tell what I changed.
In middle school? Fuck. That's depraved right there.
His name is Chuckles, a rodeo clown who lost more than his memory when that bull stomped on his head. He lost his ability to walk and struggles with constant headaches that trigger horribly violent hallucinations. But his head injury is nothing compared to his broken heart. His emotional volatility distances him from his family and friends, including Herbie, the son he can't remember. All Herbie dreams of is having a stable father who isn't angry, violent, hallucinating paraplegic clown. He also wants a mom who won't run out at him just because the dad believes she's a demon from Mars. Will Vanna be able to make this little boy's dreams come true?
I hear that description and I'm just thinking it's Death Work Grease Paint Volume 2.
The funny one is the one I changed the least was the Cowboys Cum Dumpster. But we won't go any further. Okay, so what do you guys think of AI writing?
Daniel says Boner.
Boner, even better, yeah. Wow, I can't tell if this went over well or not because we've got 21 viewers, which is good, but the chat's kind of quiet.
Well, they're wrapped with our storytelling.
Well, chat, what do you think? Was this amusing? Was it entertaining? Was this funny? Am I clowny?
Well, you were reading about a clown.
I think we're getting lag.
Daniel's amused.
Okay. More engaging than most fan fiction. Now, ma'am, I would like to advise you that I'm only capable of performing one task at a time. Therefore, I'd like to assist you. I'd like to assist you, but
Nighthawk says yes. Neostar says, in my defense, I just got here. Bromando says that he wants more. So I think this is a fun thing we can definitely return to. Are you adding to it? His writer brain is just kicked on. He's now writing. He's on the loose and he's got a keyboard. Yeah, so he's lost in writing. He's not even going to try to talk to you guys anymore. Okay. Can you vocalize what you are doing? Because otherwise it's just dead air while you're typing.
He's going to ask him to attach the vibrating dildo to his crotch.
Oh. Wait, I have an idea. You can do Who Did It Better, Adventures in Awful. Expand upon that. That sounds interesting. What do you mean by who did it better? Do you mean like, compare and contrasting, like X-Men stories, or do you, please expand. Oh, he does expand. Okay. Where you feed it prompts from awful writing and see if they get better.
That was kind of the attempt with this, was awful ideas, but yeah.
Well, yeah, but this is porn.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Can it tell a good story?
Yeah, if it's given the prompt of like a shitty story, will it write a good story? This is kind of like the that whole bit of if you give 100 monkeys typewriters, they'll eventually write Shakespeare. AI versus idiots. I like that. I like that idea. Romance is evil, or evil, not romance is easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should take like some of these like really bad premises for like comics or regular novels and feed it into the machine and see what it does. I like that idea. Thank you. Neo Star. That's an interesting idea. Can an AI repair terrible writing?
That's a great idea.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. So we have Daniel Montgomery to thank for this idea. Now we won't do it next week because we have a very special episode next week. But how about in 2 weeks? And that'll give us time to find a good stable of bad books to feed to it.
Yeah. Or people. So would we do it, or would they do it?
Well,
The audience suggest it.
Suggest stories?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I mean, really, what it is we need the text file. I don't really want to transcribe.
I just figured we'd grab the back of the book description like we're doing with this. Because the back of the book, has way too much information now. Or you can grab the sample off of Kindle.
It won't let me grab the text.
Oh, it won't? Okay. But we could grab the back of the book description.
True.
And I think that's a fair way to do it. Take the back of the book description of a bad story, feed it into it, and see what it does.
We'll make this the.
Okay. Yeah, because
You're tiring out.
Well, okay.
Well, if you're going to assist me, Mr. Robo Hunk, you're going to need some extra attachments.
Allie pondered for a moment.
I've got this 10-inch vibrating black dildo that is my best friend. He talks like a cowboy and goes like a buzzsaw on meth. Do you think you could attach it to your groin?
I can try, ma'am.
Oh, great. Now get to work.
The robot grabbed the dildo and inserted it into. It should be onto.
Onto.
It slid in smoothly, easily fitting around the bulge.
Final Fantasy. My thoughts on AI writing is while it's incredible that it will get things done, but when you're writing, you are writing. I am a believer I think you mean hard work. So when you're writing, you got to put in the work.
Oh, yeah.
Completely 100% agree. Thank you, Daniel.
Well, I still think this supports the notion AI isn't going to replace real writers.
No.
I think that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this, other than it's funny.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, I like the idea of getting actual prose. I mean, like, not porn. But that's bad.
Okay, so what, like John Scalzi or oh God, what's it, Chuck Wendig?
Sure.
If any of you out there are willing to transcribe a scene.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
For us, something like 1,000 words max.
Can it be improved?
And then we feed it into the machine.
Sure.
But it has to be a scene. Like, I'd love to wreak havoc on Wendig.
Okay. Let's see. Post it in the Adventures in Awful thread on the Discord.
Sure.
Daniel, what about that She-Hulk fanfic you made Kat read? That can't get worse.
Now, the sad thing is it was still better than a lot of what Marvel was doing.
That was a hell of a lot better than what Marvel actually put out. Anyway, yeah.
So guys, if we did this every once in a while and then collected them all, would you want it?
Oh dear God. Tales from an AI.
Yeah. Tales by an idiot AI.
Yeah, Tales by an idiot AI.
I mean, really what it does is it's like you play tennis with it. You give it a line, then it'll throw something back at you.
Well, like for my purposes, I would use this for when I get stuck.
True.
Take my manuscript, take like that particular section of the manuscript that I'm on, throw it into the AI and see what it spits out. And probably 9/10 of what it spits out I wouldn't like, but it would help to, loosen the thought juices. Yeah. The robot grabbed the dildo and inserted it into his crotch area. It slid in smoothly, easily fitting around the bulge. The robot's penis was so much larger than the toy's that there was plenty of room for both. Good. Now
we just need to plug it into the wall.
See what I mean about excellent writing an idiot? It seems to really know how to write stupid girls.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
We've lost Ishi.
God.
Maybe with things like this, we should have the camera going. That way, people can watch your face while you're
is
writing.
my face I'm using when I get ideas?
Well, no, it's you get all quiet, and or all people are hearing are just you giggling to yourself, and it's just which is fine, but it does not make for good radio. So I think you need a camera. Neostar, at the end of the day, AI is just a tool. It can be a lot, but like any tool, it still needs a skilled hand to guide it. You can't train a hammer to lift a nail. That dog won't hunt.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Agree. Neostar wants more of this craziness.
Well, let's just see if we've given the day the clown cried. Let's just give it input.
You've been itching to fire.
Well, that's because it's a clown. I hate clowns. They're horrible, but yet they amuse me.
Then you wrote it. That's lame.
I don't know. Well, this has been an hour show. I guess we can just sit and bullshit now.
Sure. Do you want to amuse yourself with the story?
I am taken aback at just how well this writes morons.
I'm not shocked, honestly. I mean, morons are easy to write.
I mean, you see, the thing is I fed it some real writing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Stuff that actually of quality,
mm-hmm.
and it didn't know what to do.
I remember it got really confused.
It got massively confused.
Mm-hmm.
Illusions, nuance, metaphor, unless they were like rock stupid simple ones, like it rumbles like a buzzsaw on meth, which is just funny. No.
Well, I know that one story that we were.
Yeah, you noticed how confused it got.
Yeah, it kept going into cycles where it was repeating the same things over and over again.
Right. It got into a loop and it couldn't do anything about it.
And we had to change what styles it was writing in order to break it out of the loop. Oh, by the way, yes, there is a setting where you tell it what style you want to write it in. I think Ishi said this at the beginning of the show. And urban fantasy is the style for porn. It has other styles as well.
Well, I am a little bit curious because there's a setting for Western romance, and that's what.
And that's what you're on?
For The Day the Clown Cried.
Is that what you had for the Roboner, and that's why?
It was urban fantasy for Roboner.
Okay, urban fantasy for Roboner.
And then you can have styles as well. And these seem to sort of work, kinda. I mean, Morpho will get really random, but it's the one most likely to go into loops.
Yeah, that was the one that we were having the problem with.
There are other settings where you can get deep in and
please, just blow some juice in my butt and we're as good as new. I'm kind of shocked that it created that. Wow.
God.
That's unique.
I can only imagine that this thing must be the domain of lots and lots of extremely horny fanfic writers.
Well, and again, here's the thing. There's nothing about the front door. Everything's about the back door.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Well, if it does, it starts getting all flowery.
It starts writing like a romance novel. You know, her dewy petals.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, here it was, a love machine. This is what was originally Roboner. This was the original.
You want me to read it?
Yeah.
Okay, are we sharing?
Oh.
Okay. He's hot. He's horny. He's blue. Good time girl Callie Morgenstern has never paid much attention to the robots her father built to take care of her family. That is until one night when her vibrator runs out of batteries. And hey, if you've got a 6-foot hunky robot offering to relieve your sexual frustration, you're not going to say no, right? Even if he is sort of, well, distinctly blue.
See, it's very badly written.
Yeah, well, the author's name is Electra Shepherd.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Pick a better name.
Read the last line.
Callie quickly realizes that Blue isn't your average robot. He's rapidly acquiring a personality, for one thing, and an avid interest in human sexuality, particularly with regards to Callie. You know, he becomes a psycho stalker where everywhere he walks, he's got the spooky music following him. Her family doesn't approve, but that's never stopped Callie before. She's eager to teach Blue all she knows about sexual pleasure, even if they have to build him a few necessary parts in the process. And even if Blue's explorations of human feelings don't touch even if Blue's explorations of human feelings touch her own very human heart, 100% of the profits of the Body Electric series will go to benefit the ACLU.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Chuck Wendig.
Chuck Wendig.
Or weren't we going to look for a good writer?
I thought we were looking for a bad writer.
Well, you know, let's.
Are we doing this tonight? I thought we were going to spend the next 2 weeks looking for, and people were going to be sending us things. Remember?
Yeah, I'm just messing around.
Okay.
Let's see.
You mean Sabrina the gym leader?
Don't.
I think that's a Pokemon reference. Daniel suggests Anne Rice. You can get Anne Rice's books for free online.
Oh, well, that works. Whoa, butt stuff. That was quick. Damn, I just had an actual spit take.
Are we continuing?
I just figured we'd chat and we'd fool around.
Okay.
We're done. We're done with.
Well, no. If we're going to have it rewrite bad novels, I want to pay attention to that, and I want to be more awake for that.
That makes sense.
I know you have your toy and you want to play
I'm
with
ACD or OCD here.
I know. You can. Here's the other thing. Every time you turn that thing on, you turn off from our audience.
You're right. I'll shut everything down.
So there we go. So, if we're going to continue to hang out with our friends online, be with friends.
So there you go. AI, the amazing thing.
The amazing idiot, AI.
Yes, a very sophisticated idiot.
Yes, it is a very sophisticated idiot. I'm kind of shocked at how sophisticated it is at times. But it's still an idiot.
I'm actually a little shocked too. It just put some juice in my butt. I mean, what the fuck?
Now, is this one of those things where it's the singing dog? The novelty is not that it's writing it, but that it's a computer program.
I think to some degree, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this program is definitely not going to, pass the Turing test.
No. But the Turing test isn't all it's cracked up to be.
No.
It just means it can pass a machine that passes the Turing test just means it's a machine designed to pass the Turing test.
Exactly. William, a sophisticated idiot. That's a modern college kid. No, they're not sophisticated.
Romance tales told by an idiot AI. I think that's a title right there.
Yes.
So how are you? How's your day been?
How's everybody's day so far? It's Wednesday. It is
yes,
hump
it
day.
is.
So very appropriate that we were reading porn on hump day. Daniel, do a comparison to a mechanical Turk like underpaid writers on Fiverr.
That's not a bad. You know about the Turk, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So explain to the audience the Turk.
Well, are you talking the mechanical, the clockwork?
Yeah, the clockwork chess
Oh,
player that actually wasn't.
Yeah. The Turk, it was a supposed clockwork that could play chess. I've seen other variations of it that do things like draw pictures. Like actual take commissions and draw pictures. And the original one, it wasn't really a clockwork, it was a dude inside it. And I believe that's the one that was decapitated, and that's how they figured it out.
I don't know. I know that the Chinese emperor, when he'd get clockworks, he'd often cut the heads off them.
Mm-hmm. To ensure that he wasn't being fooled.
Right.
On the other hand, there are clockworks out there that are absolute mastery of the art that can do things like play chess and can do things like draw. But just like with a computer program, it's programmed into the clockwork what to do ahead of time. And some of them get really elaborate. It's kind of like programming BASIC, actually.
Well, but instead it's like a player piano, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I will say that I think AI will be the doom, though, of the disposable novel.
Oh, people just can't shit out novels anymore because AIs are doing it?
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
I think people like Windig may be in very big trouble.
Well, the other problem is that, the market is going to get flooded with these computer-generated bullshit.
I think it already is.
And so people are going to be looking for higher quality content. And if they even suggest that it's, lower quality writing, it's not going to go anywhere.
Ugh.
It's just going to get lost in the dreck. On the other hand, the romance genre is so flooded with this stuff. I don't think that that's a dam that's going to break. I think that you cannot produce enough content to satisfy those readers.
I would agree with that.
It's just the problem is that there's going to be so much of it that it's going to get lost in the shuffle. What do you?
Well, I'm looking at other books that were supposedly made by AI. And tell you the truth, they look like garbage.
Well, the artwork on this one that you're looking at looks like that AI generated artwork that makes no sense. Yeah, what the fuck am I looking at?
Nothing.
Okay. Daniel, so if the market is flooded by low quality bullshit, would that make the role of the editor as a tastemaker even more important? Books edited by the night editor don't suck. Oh, thank you. I don't think they suck. Actually, yes. Editors are very important, especially both content and copy editors are incredibly important because the content editor's job is to make sure that your story makes sense and that you don't have any plot holes, and the copy editor makes sure that it makes sure to catch all the errors that a spell checker or Grammarly are not going to find. Things like 2, 2, and 2, stuff like that. So yes, editors are very important. I personally believe that everybody who's self-publishing should get themselves an editor, at the very least a copy editor, if not a content editor. And the reason why I say that is because copy editing is objective. It's very clear, when you make a mistake and when you don't, where content editing is subjective, and unless you trust the person that you're talking to, your friends and family are going to yes man you and tell you that everything that you're putting out is gold, and they're wrong. So
Yeah.
But yes, very much so. Monkey, imagine the AI generated cover art for the generated romance novels.
Well, guess what? Already exists.
Should we share?
I am sharing.
Oh, you are sharing? Oh, perfect. You are on it.
Sexy teenage
I like sexy
girl
shirt came up.
in love with robot punk.
In love. Okay, and generate.
And so, well, that got half of it right.
Well, she's got big tits. At least there's that. She even has a little tummy. I'm impressed.
But you see, these are all like just. Whoa, it got it wrong. It turned it into a robot.
Yeah.
Sexy teenage girl, comma, with male robot lover.
There you go. Male hand, male
Harem. Okay.
Yeah.
That is interesting that it will only do the girl.
Can you do male robot lover and see what happens?
Oh, wait.
Is there another thing that you need to turn on?
There's some things you can type. But now let's see if it generates. But yeah, I mean, well, now this is interesting. I think this says everything, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
The fact that it can't seem to generate a man.
Take the word girl out and then see if it'll generate a man.
Okay. Wow.
That man is stacked.
Okay, male robot lover, one guy kiss.
That's hideous.
Oh, I know what's wrong. I know why. It's my fault.
Oh, okay. It's still hideous.
But as you can see, it'll just generate this crap by itself.
There you go.
I mean, that's some very weird boob anatomy going
I
on.
was just about to say that. She's got like 4 boobs. The way that's drawn.
So
Wow, that and their faces are like merged together into one. They're not really kissing.
man, romantic. Let's reset so that it doesn't remember anything because it'll get locked on images. But yeah, I mean, I think it's already happening, guys. I think it's going to already start generating that kind of crap by itself. Well, he's not a robot now.
No. Or at least not an outward robot.
I mean, it's not very good art, but let's face it, it could sell a book. I mean, where's his hand?
Where's her arm? She's got 2 elbows and no hand.
So anyway,
Which arm starts where?
I don't think so. Yeah, again, I think it's about the same as the writing.
Yeah.
Incomplete and broken.
Yeah. I mean, again, as far as a start or something to build on top of to make a better art piece, I can see that as a tool like Poser. But
I think you'd be better off with Poser.
I agree. Because Poser already has the right anatomy.
Leprechaun Centaur Romance.
It's cutting up elements from other people's art and merging it all together.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't really care for AI art.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
oh yeah, the vast majority of it is just it's stealing and stealing badly.
Yes, very much so.
Neostar, hell, seems like the fun of an AI art generator is just seeing the results.
Yeah, it is kind of like pulling a slot machine, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But I will say your money is much better well spent on someone like this, like JC.
Yes.
Seriously.
Support JEC. Bar 1. Cat sounded extremely Canadian with the way she says poser. Really? Okay. That's interesting.
And the thing is that the AIs, there are better art programs out there, but they seem to be designed to produce like one kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, like that one does anime.
It's stuck on anime images.
And it, for the most part, it had all the right parts in the right places.
Sorta.
Well, when it was just the front on shot, they weren't bad. They weren't stellar, but they weren't bad.
You know, it's just not going to give you this.
No, it's not going to get you this. This is amazing.
And by the way, there is a link in the description to get this t-shirt, sticker, or mug.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Although, people have been asking about a oh, not this one.
A Reiko?
Yeah, a Reiko t-shirt.
I really like that image. I super like that image.
Although I would like to talk a bit to JC this week, or if not sooner, because after rewatching Zerum, I had forgotten just how much Zerum had influenced that script. Because I think when I wrote it, we had just watched it.
I think so too.
But yeah. So I'm imagining this crossed with the Iria outfit.
You fixate on the hot bounty hunter chick. Me, I've been fixating on the giant mushroom monster. What does that say?
You like things shaped like mushroom?
Actually, he does have a very unique silhouette. I think Zerum has one of the most unique silhouettes of monsters out there.
Well, I would agree with that.
I mean, because it so captures evil monster, but also the Western, the Man in Black Western aesthetic.
I just wish he'd had a better budget.
Yeah.
There is so much that could have been done with that.
We need to see the first one. We really need to. I swear after what we saw in the special edition of Zerum 2, that the cut of the first Zerum that we saw was butchered to hell.
So when I sent you the references, JC, about Iria, right? I really should not have sent you these, because these were the images I included. These were from the cartoon where she's younger, because when I was writing the script, I was more thinking of this woman specifically.
Well, she's really fucking hot.
And that's what I was picturing, and then she gets zapped.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway. That's the other actress. I prefer this one.
Yeah.
This woman's hot.
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of seriously hot. Yeah, give her a Russ Meyer body.
Yeah.
And yeah, seriously, like have her explode out of this outfit. And then she has to go to a new outfit, which would be the where is it? The BDSM Rocketeer here. But anyway, oh, I'm so spaced out.
Maybe we can add some costume elements. Like I like the idea of her being a redhead.
Go for it. We'll talk. I want to give you as much freedom as possible, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. And I need to be in on that conversation.
Yes. The live action GIF of the villain is creepy as fuck. The one with the tiny face. Yeah.
That's Zerum. Just the concept of Zerum is probably the most unique of all of the air quotes alien clones that are out there, because the original premise is the same as Alien.
Well, he wanted to do he wanted to do a tokusatsu that was Alien meets Terminator. That was precisely it.
Oh, he more than delivered on that, because Zerum has that Terminator, he will not be stopped attitude.
Oh, I figure she'd just explode out of that armor piece, JC, and she'd never wear it again because she couldn't. From then on, she'd have to wear a new outfit because, well,
oh darn.
She what we could do is we could change it from the Gazonga ray to the thickness ray, where it's not just boobs, but like it gives women booty as well.
Or it could have settings, top, bottom.
There's extra pages now. If we're going to do 22 pages,
yeah,
there's enough space to have that. I mean, at 15 pages, I had to keep it bare minimum. But yeah, to have a setting where booty.
Well, no, put it on the glass. Baby got back, and then little in the middle.
Oh, JC's just sharing links to his. I don't think I can share this right now.
Well, there's no nipples. It's just butt. Now there's nipples.
Yeah. Well, we're looking at your Instagram. But so who's the nerd girl with the
life drawing?
That's a life drawing.
Oh, life drawing session.
Oh, she's a cutie.
I looked at all of those earlier today. They're really good. You make me jealous, JC. I need to find a life drawing class again. I miss doing life drawing.
Gazonga radiation. The other thing is I think I would want her. There are some of the pictures where, well, we'll talk later. Never mind.
Yeah.
I want her to be able to hit people with her tits
Yeah.
as a weapon. Seriously, just full on tit punch.
That could work.
And we're gonna go full on.
I demand that you have the booby trap like in Roger Rabbit. You remember that? Ishi?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I was thinking about it.
Okay. That scene or what you would do at the booby trap?
That scene. We'll talk. I think it's getting kind of confused right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you think, the weekend?
Yeah.
3 of us can sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Gazongat. Gazonga radiation. But no, I don't know. I really think that we need more lighthearted ecchi in the world.
We do. We totally do.
Where, I don't know. We've hit a point right now where kink has gotten so disgusting.
Kink's not kink anymore.
Yeah, it's just vile.
Well, it's no longer, I enjoy this thing even though it's weird. It's now, I'm looking for you to be grossed out by what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not kink. That is perversion. Completely perversion.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm thinking of stuff on the level of like Keiko Kamen.
Oh,
that's what I was thinking of when that level of ecchi, where it was just hilarious.
Well, the thing that made Keiko Kamen fun is the fact that you are having outright nudity, you're having BDSM torture, but people aren't acknowledging it the way we would.
Right.
That you have a girl on a wheel where somebody's throwing daggers at her, cutting her clothes off, and she's not freaking out. Oh my God, I'm going to bleed. Oh my God, I'm going to get killed. No, it's, oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
Yeah. Exactly, JC. Playful. Somewhere along the line, it just went from being fun, little kinky, to just everything seems to want to veer towards outright disgusting now.
Yeah, and it's because honestly, it's because I'm sorry for those of you in the chat who are unfortunately in this age bracket. I'm not talking about you, but those millennials who grew up on Barney and were coddled their entire lives and getting nothing but participation awards. So they never actually lived, but they're hearing about the hippie movement and how shocking it was that you had, free love and all of that scandalous stuff that the hippies were doing. And they're like, well, we need to be scandalous too.
Well, a lot of the stuff the hippies were doing was pretty disgusting too, though.
I agree. But the thing is back then there was an overarching sense of morality in the world, and
their parents.
Yeah, and the hippies were doing this shit publicly to be rebellious. Now, the millennials have us in the middle and our lives, and have Gen X. And even though Gen X actually really wasn't promiscuous at all, Gen X had hard lives, and it's like, yeah, wow,
the weird thing is there was all that talk about teen pregnancy and how much sex Gen X was having, but then it turned out that in reality, our boomer parents were having more promiscuous sex and doing a lot more drugs than we ever did.
Yeah, the difference was that nobody was talking about it with their era because, well, you didn't want to talk about how your teenage daughter was a whore and had to have 2 abortions.
Yeah, it wasn't showing up on Oprah every week
Yeah,
with Hillary Clinton going on about how stunning and brave the single teen mom was,
exactly. In fact, it was still
and how we needed to pay for it.
it was still shameful to be a single teenage mom, with an unwed single, teenage mom, JC, I think it's generations raised on porn. That too.
And I would say a specific kind of porn, because I don't know, I can't think of a single young man growing up who didn't know where dad's Playboy stash was,
Um,
or watching what was it, Andy Sedaris movies.
I cannot speak to that because I was never a young man.
I know.
But I had my mom's D&D group when I was 7, and then making jokes about having skeletons masturbate. And
So that's just funny.
And about that time is when my mom said, "Okay, you're old enough for me to show you." When I was 7, I asked the question, and my mom's rule was, if I ask questions, she will answer them. She gave me very good answers and showed me where the our bodies ourselves was, and then she showed me Conan. So there we go. Actually, the only time I ever thought that stuff was weird and icky and not natural was watching Cool World.
Or you realized you were seeing something you weren't supposed to be seeing.
Yeah, exactly. We rented Cool World expecting a little racier version of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and instead we got something totally different. It was just myself and my best friend at the time, and her parents didn't know what we were watching, and when it was done, we both silently agreed her parents were not supposed to know what we just watched. So when they asked, "How did you like the film?" we just said it was fine, and that was it.
And I also think that if you bring up like the pervy weird shit of the past, right? John Waters, Divine,
It's
Desperate. No. I've got a point.
Okay.
Going here. Yeah.
Okay.
Those characters were actually always reprehensible.
Yeah.
They were never heroic. They were reprehensible.
Well, Pink Flamingos, it's who's the
who's more vile?
Yeah, who's more vile? Who's the filthiest person in all the land?
What was the one?
What, Desperate Living?
Not Desperate Living, but yeah, they were all vile people too. It was
Polyester?
Polyester was making fun of romance novels. That's just funny.
Yeah.
It's the one where she where Divine ends up going to the electric chair. It has that speech about
maniacs.
Multiple maniacs.
Multiple maniacs.
I mean, yeah, the whole thing is about what a terrible person Divine is.
Yeah.
The whole point is Divine's a horrid, wretched piece of shit. And you're laughing at Divine, not with Divine.
Yeah. Actually, everybody in that film was just, depraved and vile, and yeah, you're not
female trouble. Like them. Yeah, I mean, they weren't. Yeah, exactly. You weren't supposed to like these people.
No. What was it?
I mean, you didn't want Divine showing up to read storybooks to your kids.
No, you did not.
At school or at the local fucking library.
No, you did not want that. Female trouble.
Desperate Living, the first 20 minutes are fucking hilarious. I think some of the funniest humor he did. And then the film falls apart because it goes to his Wizard of Oz fantasy. And I mean, the moment it left the suburbs, he just bombed.
JC says Multiple Maniacs isn't a John Waters film. What is it that we have then? Because it's not female trouble.
Where he fucks the lobster?
Yeah.
Where he gets raped by the giant lobster?
I'm sure we're remembering the title wrong, but it's something Maniacs.
Divine rapes himself on Christmas.
Wow.
Oh, that was female trouble.
Oh.
Okay, it's female trouble.
Okay. No, we don't have female trouble.
I don't know.
You want me to go get it? I'm going to go get it.
You're going to go get it. I did think it was genius to have Divine rape himself.
Yeah.
Less Playboy Stash, more Benny Hill show. Yeah, I watched plenty of Benny Hill as a kid too. I wasn't sure why I liked it, but I did.
John Waters, Multiple Maniacs.
So it is Multiple
A
Maniacs.
celluloid atrocity.
Anyway.
Bar 1. John Waters was sued by a family who were only introduced to his works by Hairspray and then thought pink flamingos would be appropriate for kids. Well, they're idiots, aren't they?
Oh, God. Okay, Karate Robot Saborga. Have you seen the Tokyo Shock sequel, remake, reboot of it? Because that was fucking hilarious.
I thought Multiple Maniacs was the same guy who did Blood Feast. Oh, Herschel Gordon Lewis.
That's something else, Maniacs.
Yeah, that's 1,000.
I don't remember. That's the one where the Confederate ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the thing is people often overlook in the John Waters film, he's actively, repeatedly showing these people are horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And the number of times he's pointing out, no, they are pedos.
Yeah.
Remember the hairdressers?
Actually, I was thinking of the couple in Pink Flamingos who kidnapped girls and had them raped so that they could sell the babies to lesbians. I mean, you hear that and that's nightmare fuel, but John Waters made it funny. Dude's a genius. He is an absolute genius.
Really? Daphne from Frasier was on that show?
Oh.
But yeah, you watch that and it doesn't really give a very positive image of the kink subculture.
No.
At any point.
No, it doesn't. And that was kind of the point.
And
I want to think I saw an interview with John Waters where he was basically saying, no, look, you don't want to, quote, be a part of this group unless you are a freak. He was basically gatekeeping. He said flat out, you don't want to be with us unless you're one of us. And I thought that was perfect.
I'm kind of getting burnt out. You too?
I've been.
Well, we've been on for 2 hours. Hope you enjoyed this. I think we did.
I think we did.
And I hope we entertained you.
I've been entertained.
Now, there are links to my books, and please go buy Titanium Rain.
Please go buy Titanium Rain. Get yourself a RALTS shirt. And we will definitely return.
James Bond will be back in
Pussy.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.